I'm just going to show you a brief pictorial overview of what happens if the community holds hands and does something together. So I'm not going to bore you with a lot of talk, just show you what happened after the storm. If we can find the storm. Saying in there, those are indeed black waves, it's not just darkness. Those are black waves. They were the color black and it was there for a couple of days. Okay, I'm calling this in a brief history and looking forward. The Onrus Beach cleanup of 2023. In the early days, as Peter showed before, this is what it looked like there. And there you see the diving rock, which we'll talk about a little bit when we come there. Today you don't do it anymore, but in the old days, the children used to jump off there into the deep water. Only 3 years ago, the estuary looked like that. And then OREF and OREF got together and actually got onto the job of controlling the reeds, and this is what it looked like in early 2023, the beginning of the year. As you see in the background there, we left some areas for the birds to still have a haven. We selected areas, such as that, so the birds can have some everything. And in the foreground here, you see there's growth of new type of grass that we are encouraging to grow. It doesn't grow as high as the Phragmites. That's more a acceptable grass that we can maintain for recreation. Then the storm hit. And leaving in his wake, plenty of poles, peat and pole meat. An aerial view, as you can see what happened there. And moving upstream, you can get an idea of the devastation that is left behind. The white building on the right bottom here is the milk restaurant. In the lagoon is now scarcely 10 centimeters deep. You can walk across it from one end to the other. So it actually is now the new wetland. The community immediately responded. As you can see, everybody climbed in and started like ants to start gathering. We even found our raft, the one that Peter showed you earlier, down amongst the rubble there. We eventually uncovered that. So, parts of machinery, equipment, dams, lots of rubbish down there. Hester and the team. Hester Lindbergh was also involved in the coffee fairs. She immediately climbed in, got some guys off the street corners, about 12 to 15 of them, and they started with white bags, started carrying bags. And they stayed, this crew basically stayed with us the whole time while we started increasing our actions. To give an idea of the activity that was going on there, how the community banded together immediately in the days after it came. The human chain of moving bags and dumping it. Then we dumped it on the street and we realized, look, we're going to have to get the stuff away as fast as we can. And then we got a skip company to donate a skip once or twice a day. There's Hester, the skip man, negotiating to how many he's going to give us per day, because no hour and a half later the thing would be full and we'd need to move on and get another skip coming. And we realized this is not going to work. We're never going to get the beach clean in time. People said the beach will never recover in a year or two's time. So we divided it up in the beach area and the lagoon area, and we said, after some progress, we said, no, look, this is going far, far too slow. You must get on with it. And we got the municipality to provide a ramp down to the beach, a rubble ramp that they donated trucks and the rubble to come put there, establish the ramp, and put up a little sign that says, look, sorry, we're breaking some eggs here to make this omelette. We will repair the grass as soon as we've done the work. And then it was time to bring in the big guns. In the front you can see an amphibious excavator, in the back a normal excavator. 2 different companies were employed to then start working in conjunction with each other to move the dirt onto the ramp and then gather it together. You can see the extent and the height of the rubble that we were facing at the time. There you see the one machine, the one on the earthbound one, working it towards the shore, with this amphibious one sitting out where it could float, and then bringing the debris closer. And so they were working in conjunction, one handing it to the other, and then the last one would put it onto 17 cube trucks, which we also had to hire from Cape Town. So it was a muck and truck organization which worked very well. By the way, the guy who did it for us day for day is Onrus River, who's sitting there, who did this paper with me. He was there every day, project manager of note, and he kept careful note of everything that was happening and to see that actions were going as smoothly as we could. Just an overview again to see how these the two worked together while one was working in the fore, the other one was in the water, and you could see the truck going up the ramp there. So this is an overview of the operation as we were progressing at that point in time. We also had to contend with the tides, but we could only work during the day and then sometimes only part of the day because the tide would come and then we would have to stop and wait until it's low tide again. Then the stacking of debris, there were some areas in the far end of the beach at the Habonim camp where we couldn't get with machinery, so the laborers, we came up with a novel plan with the blessing of nature conservation, that we would dig trenches, stick stuff, bury the stuff on the side of the dune and then cover it with this green netting. And the project period was 2.5 months. In 2.5 months, we cleared up the beach. The majority of the funds, it was to the tune of 1.9, almost 2 million. The majority of the funds came from private donors. The municipality gave their time and expertise in some of their trucks, and the businesses got together. We got a QR code going, and we managed to get all of these funds from the public and the different riparian owners and affected parties. So the homeowners, one homeowner, as you see at the bottom there, not even living next to the river, donated over 300,000 rand. So there's some passionate people really believing in what we were doing. The summary is just that in the red cloud excavation, this is the figures that Audrey kept so neatly for us. There you can see the figures of the cubes that we cleared there, 3,400 cubes, and the 15 cubic meter trucks that cost us over 220,000, plus the big labor contingent that we had as well. Over 800 cubes is now left on the beach, dug in there. You don't even see it anymore, it's covered by sand, and hopefully it will just become part of the fertilized undergrowth there. And we finished this just in time for the holidays. This, I think, is a major feat, and we came in like within 10,000 rand of the budget. So what is OREF's vision? OREF is a group that I got together with all experts and interested parties, hoping that we will form an action group of people, and then we must get together with all these, we must get out of the siloed environment, get one small group together and not sit on our hands, because we're going to have to wait for all the red tape. It's going to take us forever to carry on. Now, the 4 target zones which we suggest is A, the beach, which we've done, and then the estuary, the river course, and the catchment area. Not necessarily in that order, but that's basically what we're saying. And the suggested actions is to stabilize the catchment area, eradicate aliens, ensuring water quality and dredging. Even thinking about pumping some of the sediment back up there. So that is feasible with today's technology. Thank you very much.